welcome to the channel. A lot has happened since last video. I first was planning to get these shock towers from Intergy, but the delivery time was really long and they were not interested in providing any other delivery method than what they had there. So I skipped from them. I ordered this from Samix. Service excellent. Delivery really fast. They sent immediately after I paid for it. And very friendly person, giving customer service in their end. And they arrived within a few days to where I'm now in Finland. So half across the globe in an instant. Just shows that there's no excuse for bad service. There just isn't any. So excellent service from Samix. The panhard mount, everything very thick material, goes nicely over the edge, the corner of the rail to get extra support. You can try to squeeze on both sides, nothing is flexing, it's perfect. I also bought to the rear on both sides from Samix, and I can just say perfect. Installation perfect, isn't nothing wrong, extremely sturdy. I added these. I ordered one more of these plastic ones to be put in front. Now I will have 3 points of support for the platform, which I will make here and put computers and so on top of it, and then the cabin and etc. But without these plastic supports, the one parts which have the metal in the middle, like this one or in the front, they don't flex at all, even without this. This one here with the plastic one, this one flexes a bit. This one gives still a bit of back, but once adding this one here, completely rigid, absolutely perfect. To be honest, I made these holes here to fit this. I'm still thinking, do I want to keep these or do I make my own replacement for these fenders? The same is for the front, because once you install this, you cannot really attach the original fenders in any way here. You need to make additional attachments there. And I'm struggling, do I do that or should I make my own from aluminium? Or should I just leave them out? I don't know. The second one is, do I keep these or just make this more narrow? And I don't know. I was thinking that I could place metal here and place like the ESC or something here. I'll have also alternative, if I don't put battery here, I could place things here. Also here, between these things, there's a possibility to install some platform here to bait components. So there's plenty of space so that I don't need to really put anything outside here or here. Except this one. I think I'll just leave it there. So I'm not entirely sure where I will place everything yet. And am I going to keep these or just remove these? Or do I make my own ones? Not sure. One problem is that making them I admit I botched these completely, these holes. And I made these. These are cheap stuff, so if I want to buy, I think I'll just buy new ones and try to modify them in a bit different way. I think the problem was that I had other plans how to make the fenders, and then when I just made these temporary elements, I could have, I botched them up a bit, but not a big problem. So I also ordered aluminium, around 2mm, that was the one I could get in correct size. I will put a hinge here in the back, so that the aluminum plate will go over here, over here, over here, and over here. And then I can put a cabin. I can place a lot of stuff on the aluminum back. And I could just use that partly to fold these shapes. And there's a question, if I put stuff here, do I protect it somehow from any mud or water coming in here? To be honest, I still haven't figured that entirely out. The same is for the attachment. I don't really understand why when you have these body attachments here, they kind of raise very high over this level. Doesn't make much sense to me why they have to be so high. I mean the minimum height. One is I could either buy aluminum ones to these and make some attachments there, or I just could do the same one here. I will see. I haven't yet decided that. That's a bit still. I need to plan a bit more. Yeah, I'll also install the battery tray on top here. First I was thinking I will not fit this, because this will not, if I put this middle part here, which is not normal here, but it fits perfectly. And I did make holes for straps, but when I realized, okay, I can fit it. I don't know. Originally, I was thinking to put this other way around. It would not have fit here, but now it fits, so I'm quite happy with this Traxxas system of this thing. So what can I conclude from this purchase? Samix, their service, quality, absolutely beautiful. Really incredible. And very fast delivery. When no one else bothers to deliver, just giving excuses for delivery, COVID, whatever. I mean, come on, this came from half across the planet to me, and so in a few days. And I mean, the longest time of the delivery took it actually from the customs, nearby customs to me, not the whole delivery transport from Samix to Europe. So just incredible. Now I will be, though, interested when I will attach the shocks here, how they will feel then, how the shocks will position them. I will just probably place the shocks in the normal point. And I'm actually interested because this will eventually weigh a lot with the computers, sensors, everything on board. And probably also a second battery. So how it will affect us? Do I need to get new springs? So there's actually quite a lot of unknowns still here, but I'm quite happy where it's going to, with the exception of botching up this completely. Had I made these those smaller, but it would have still left gaps there. Yeah, I mean, I could also patch this to make it really watertight. I would have need to seal it, but then I want to this one is moving around. How the sealing against it will last. I need to still think, how can I do kind of waterproof fenders against using this kind of external shock mounts. So after installing the shock mounts and then putting the shock towers, and then putting on the shock absorbers, I did realize that this was rubbing against the shock towers, the shock absorbers, especially this ring part here for adjusting the spring height. And when the tires was in the axle was in certain very steep orientations, this was basically pushed against the shock tower, and a piston rod of the shock absorber was basically bending. And I realized this was way too close to the shock tower. So I just added this M3 nut between this shock absorber mount and the shock tower. And now there's sufficient gap, and even in the extreme orientation, it doesn't start bending. Through this one actually still gets touches there, but in the extreme position, but it's nothing bad. Moreover, it doesn't bend the shock absorber anyway. So when using Samix, put a small spacer there like this M3 nut. I did see some forum or some YouTube channel, unfortunately I don't remember it, they had a description, someone did the same installation and described making a small spacer between these two. So now they're not rubbing, and this actually now more straighter. So whatever design thing I do with the Samix, it is, I guess maybe it's just because you get so much thicker material, so much stronger than many other shock towers are. this comes as a downside. I think if these shock attachments would be slightly few millimeters longer, there wouldn't be a problem. But easy and simple solution. Now I just need to buy more M3 nuts. I only had 2 in my storage.